Yo, what's going on, guys? So, today I had a YouTube request for some Zena Jungle gameplay, and I am just taking the time. I'm not a Zena Main. Don't take this as a complete guide, but this is my scenario of how I play Zena, and I like to learn my leap through time as my first skill. As you dash, it increases your attack speed by 10%, and each time you level this skill, oh, someone warded for me. Perfect. Each time you level the skill, it goes up 5% to a maximum of 30%. Okay, we got everybody here. Looks like someone's trying to do an invade. So we're gonna go after this Narbash right now. And we're gonna go for this invade since we pushed up, and this is the side of the map we're on. Now our dash, we can get away with an escape if we need to. We see the Kalari mid. I'm not sure where he's going. Oh, okay, well, that's a loss. That's too bad. I didn't realize our mid left us, and I don't know, the only two available skills that we have is, I don't know, this is falling apart pretty quick. Oh, come on, why do they got wards everywhere? Anyway, I took his blue and he took my life. That's not a good exchange. You don't want to really die. You're going to give them 400 gold. The blue buff was only 100 gold. And when you kill somebody with the buff, you will steal the buff from them. It'll apply to you. So essentially I did his blue buff, gave him 300 extra gold, and saved him some time. Let's see if we can gank this mid right now. He's pushed up. Oh, man. There we go. So, I saved my dash. Got myself a kill. Our team's losing pretty bad. We'll see what we can do to help correct this. I don't know what the Khaimera is doing over in solo or who he's against. Looks like a Wrath. So that's a tough matchup for a melee character. The Iggy. Yeah, the Wrath is over there, level 5 already. Kalari's going back mid. Our Bellica's definitely vulnerable without an escape against those Kalari ganks and an Iggy. Okay, we got our 6. Iggy's pushed her step a little too far. So that's the downfall to Kalari is... I'm not gonna fight this Iggy right now. But I was able to find him. What's he doing? I'm gonna go get some items. We're gonna work on our Spirit Fang. Keep building it up. So we need 900 gold. We'll go get our red. And we will try to gank the Narbash, who's level 4. They're too far back now. Let's see.
My tower is under attack.
Oh. I couldn't get my knockup. That's okay. Let's go mid. Our ult's back up. Let's see if we can kill this Kalari. He's level 5. This Bellica might get him. Nice. So his blue's back up. Let's just steal his jungle while we can. And then we'll go gank. You should use your E skill or your Q skill when you can. Oh, where's our team? Okay, this Khaimera is farming my jungle like a dipshit. Whatever, man. I don't have an ult. You know what? I could have used my Spirit Fang. 5 seconds and he's dead. What? Why didn't my ult? I don't understand why my dash didn't come back. I killed him. Killing an enemy hero or assisting in a kill resets the leap through time cooldown. My cooldown never reset. So I don't understand what just happened.
summoned by
And Iggy being able to just solo
has been destroyed.
is really annoying. What?
Is under attack.
Another friend. He had 3 that did 8, 1,000, 1,500 damage in like a split second. Jesus. Iggy's such a stupid god.
Enemy. The enemy tower is under attack.
Watch out! Ready to have some fun? Come at me!
The enemy tower is under
I don't know. We can't really help out mid. They're all mid. There's nothing we can do. We don't have a solo laner at all.
Retreat! Quickly!
This Khaimera is just... I don't know what he's doing.
Not yet. Lord This says. I need more time.
tower is under attack.
Oh, what the fuck? Really?
The enemy rules the battlefield. The enemy tower has been destroyed.
Come on, man. Our team's just full of idiots today. This isn't going well. We got a Bellica building, magic power, attack speed, jewelry box. I don't know. They just farm our whole jungle.
It's time.
We got a ward in here. No.
Take that. Come at me.
Oh my goodness, come on. This should pop at 750. We can get back. The underling's coming up right now. And I don't have a way to counter that. I'm sure Iggy's set up in a bush somewhere, ready to...
has spawned.
Yeah.
The five guardians underneath has been defeated by an enemy.
I'll just leave. This is all.
That's all the fight I got in me. My ult's down. I have, like, no health. We're gonna start getting some pen online.
The enemy is unstoppable. Double kill.
Okay, that's an Iggy down.
Wherever, whenever. We are always connected.
Keep forgetting I have that health potion. Let's go get our red buff. We're starting to claw our way back into this game. I haven't really... This is my first game of the day. I haven't really warmed up. My brain's not in jungle mode. I haven't been using my Spirit Fang passive. I haven't really been using my shield properly, but overall you want to dash, you want to use your Q. How much? A minute or 2 minutes? 2 minutes, 19. Okay. So anyway, his ult's down.
Has been summoned by an enemy.
Oh, what the hell? I missed my ult. And his magic damage is just insane. Oh, I mean, he didn't even have an ult. And his one... I think he only had one turret hitting me. I'd have to rewatch that video. But he put out 900 damage with one turret and a flame pool. I guess Wrath shot me for 300 through a wall, but it's just a little ridiculous. The kind of power that that character has. I mean, this Khaimera is doing good. He's just... I don't know. He's not rotating. He's not helping. I want to kill this Khaimera.
The Prime Guardian has spawned. The enemy inhibitor is under attack.
Not yet.
Oh, what the hell?
Retreat quickly.
That was a good fight. Iggy popped his ult early. Thought I was gonna dash in, and I kind of juked his ult. We're gonna get Ghost Axe because they have a healer. And is my red up? I can never tell. This my UI is always bugged. I'm gonna attempt to get my red here. My ult's up.
The ally inhibitor is respawning.
Retreat quickly.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do here. I took out their Wrath.
I need more time. Don't rush.
So that was a huge steal. Wow, I'll take that. Okay, so nice. We got this.
Shaking the battlefield. The enemy inhibitor destroyed.
Oh, come on. Really? He was able to leap on me like that? That's too bad. Okay, so we got their mid inhibitor down. I mean, our tank should have tanked that. I don't know why he was so far behind what he was doing, but I was impatient and ended up taking that damage. Now I'm gonna go back for my red.
Across time and space. Don't. I need more time. Not yet.
Okay.
Wherever, whenever. We are always connected.
Can't really upgrade anything, but I'll go get my health back.
It's my turn.
So one thing you can do with the Zena dash is jump and get through the hole.
The enemy core is under attack.
Take that.
I need 100 gold.
Time to jump.
Shield slab on.
Okay, so this is the most important objective of the game. I got my full Zena build. The options are, instead of the ghost axe, is Claude Storm, Dual Moon, Emergency Treatment, Superior Immunity Booster.
Soon. The Prime Guardian. This view can be enhanced.
And there we go.
I must go back. Hold
Good,
position.
good shot.
Retreat quickly.
Their core's down. Nice. There we go. There's a win. Um, so that's my first Zena game of the day, and I'll just go into more details on what works with her. I'm not a very good Xena player, but we came out positive. In the end, this is a very good build, and I think you'll have a lot of success building this. Um, let's check out the graph. So we put out 28k damage, highest on our team. Their jungler was 14k. The Iggy putting out 45k damage. Like, that's just ridiculous. If you look at damage dealt to, just let's go damage dealt. Um, wow, I did a lot of damage overall. I didn't realize I did the most damage in the game. That's insane. Did a lot of farming. Um, and I did, oh, okay, that's because I was getting the prime objectives. That's why my damage is so high. That makes sense now. Damage received. I took a lot of damage. My positioning probably wasn't the greatest. But overall, their Narbash build, mediocre build. Twin Blast. It's okay, but I mean, he doesn't have anything to shred tanks. There's no chainsaw, there's no jewelry box. So I would say that's me. I wouldn't follow that build. Iggy's build obviously was doing something right. So you can definitely take a build out of his notebook. Wrath. That's an okay Wrath build. He does better actually as a carry, going full crit. Kalari build. I'm not a Kalari player, but I don't think I'd go Vamp Sword. I think I would go more this cannon over that. Our steel build. He found some success. And so anyway, that's that game. Let's look at the Xena build. Starting with Spirit Fang, it gives you, here, let's go into a training ground and just talk about Xena a little bit. So we want to go, if you're playing Xena, you're trying to learn her, you want to be a main Xena. These are the recommended items that they throw on her. And I mean, we're using Spirit Fang, Great Sword, Dakima Cannon, and then we went Ghost Axe because of the Narbash, but we would then go into Claude Storm. The only item that they don't recommend that I was throwing into the build was Emergency Rescue Unit, which gives you a 15 physical power boost and a shield to keep you alive. It gives you extra health. Now, the reason why I look at this item is it's cheap. $24.50 for a boost of 15% physical power was pretty great compared to trying to obtain 3,200 health or 3,200 gold for an emergency treatment. So that would be our typical build. This is our Destroyer Stone upgraded, and Claude Storm you can replace for a superior immunity booster or emergency treatment. Like I said, played Ghost Axe because of the Narbash to counter his healing. Now, in the beginning, you want to level the skill rotation is a leveling of your R or your right mouse button. I have it as R because I like my ultimate on my mouse. I don't like my ultimate on my keyboard. So my keys are a little different than the default. But you want to learn your leap through time, and it is your main attack because one, if you, wonder how that works. If I pull it up, okay, it doesn't work whether I have it on short or quick, but you can hold your dash down, and the longer you hold it, the further it goes to a maximum, and then eventually the time wears out and it'll automatically shoot you through your ult. Now, if you time your ult, like as you're holding it down, the moment you let go of the button, it'll launch. So you can just short dashes if you're up in a close fight, or mid-range dashes if you just have to close a gap, or you can go far. The further the dash, the more damage your dash will do. So if you're starting at a red buff or a blue buff, depending on where you're starting your, where's the stupid buffs? Depending on where you're starting your jungle, right side, left side. But as the timer ticks down to 1:20 is when the buff spawns. You want to be standing further back. Now in the video I didn't stand further back, but if you want to maximize the most amount of damage, like I'll show you here, this is, I couldn't even see it. That's how silly that is. 126 damage, and if we 220 damage. So we almost double our damage, 116 to 220. So we add an extra 100 damage by holding the alt. So as you're standing at the red buff at 18 seconds, like a minute 18, you charge it up, 19, 20, 220 damage, and then you start fighting your red buff. So that's one tip, is to capitalize on a max range start of the game. And when you're trying to start a fight with somebody, closing that gap will do more damage than just your short dash. So being able to hit that long range dash, plan it properly, and do that is definitely more beneficial. Now, the second skill you want to learn is your fly high in your rotation, because that is your knockup. So Zena's combo is going to be a long range dash, auto attack, knock up, auto attack, and then you could ult them, and then once you come out of your ult, you can throw up your shield. But in when you're level 2 and you're about to gank, it doesn't matter which lane you're in, but when you hit a lane, auto attack, knock up, auto attack, and that's going to put out a lot of damage and make it very difficult on the enemy. They're going to burn their blink, and if they don't burn their blink, they're going to die. Then you have a decision to make. You can either go back into your leap through time to gain an extra 5% attack speed, plus it is your highest scaling skill at 75% physical power. So it's going to do the most amount of damage for your farming, and you're going to use it the most. But if you want some sustain, you want the minion, the Tions, the jungle camps, whatever, you want them to absorb some of your damage. Your third skill you're gonna grab is your Q. So as you come into a jungle camp, you're going to cut through them. You can knock them up if you want, and then put up your shield. Or you can not waste your time on your knock up. In that game, you didn't really notice me using my knock up too often. Because it's just such a long delay, and it doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. I mean, at level 1, you're only doing 100 damage. 111 damage. So it's 40 plus 50% of my physical power. So anyway, after that, at level 4, I go back into my leap through time, which takes a 0.5 seconds off of the cooldown, gives me 5% increased attack speed, and it also increases the overall damage of the skill. And then we're at level 5 or level 4. So again, level 5, we go through leap through time. Now we have a boost at 20% attack speed. Then we alt. Then we go level 4, level 5 off of, and we cap out our leap through time. And then we go back to our round and round, which is our second highest damage dealing skill. It does more damage than the fly high, and it also gives us a shield for sustain against minions, Tions, tower hits, whatever, your PvP. It gives you that survivability for not having a lifesteal in your build. So being able to capitalize on having a shield absorb a hit or two, an auto attack or a part of a skill, it really helps. And then you're going to level your alt, and then you're going to finish leveling off your main shield, and then your fly high alt, and then finish off your fly high. And that's the skill order you're going to level up a Zena. A Spirit Fang, I think, is still probably the best item in the game for Zena to start, even though it's more expensive. The 150 physical power that it provides on a 20-second cooldown. I mean, you can use this for most camps to help clear. It's like having 2 auto attacks, more or less. And then at the same time, when you gank somebody, you can dash in and then knock up and hit them at the same time. So does a skill reset? Okay, it does. Let me so more or less, you're gonna come in and you're gonna dash, auto attack, knock up, auto attack, slow them, slash them, and that's just if your ultimate's down. If your ultimate's not down, you can do the same rotation. You're gonna come in, hit them, auto, knock up, auto, alt, and then you're gonna finish your fight. And if they're almost running away, then you can auto finish. If they die, your leap through time cooldown should reset to 0, and you can use it again. Now, the second item that I pick up is Greatsword of the Hurricane, and the reason why is the passive and the cooldowns. Zena's skills are very high. Cooldown timers on them are extremely high, being at 80 seconds for her alt at level 18, and then having all of her skills 10 seconds and above, means that cooldowns will drastically knock down that timer. So picking up Great Sword of the Hurricane, reducing skills by 15%. It allows you to get your cooldowns online quicker so that you can ult more often. And then it decreases enemies' physical defense by 4% every time you do damage, and it gives you physical protections every time you do damage, stacking 7 times. So the synergy with this item, what makes this item so good, is you can fully stack it with your ult. So you close your gap, you dash, you attack, you knock up, you attack, you ult, and your Hurricane's fully engaged. You have 35 physical, and the enemy has 7 times 4, so negative 28% defense for what is it, 7 seconds? 6 seconds. And it refreshes every time you do damage. So you can permanently have 35 physical power, and then you can have 35 physical defense, 300 health, 15% cooldowns, and subtract 28% of their defense. Now, on top of the 28% defense, your ultimate also strips the enemy's defense. Now, her ultimate will do 4 dashes, and then her final dash will explode on the target that your initial attack and your final attack will hit the
Ready to have some fun?
main target that you ulted. So you will always reduce their physical defense by 8%. The other 3 attacks will attack any other enemy that's within range. But if you're doing a solo gank and there's only 1 target, you will hit that 1 target 5 times, decreasing their defense by 20%. So when you're decreasing their defense 20%, plus you have Sword of the Hurricane that's taking away 28%, you're essentially reducing their defense by 48% by having a combo of dashing in to knock up and then ult. And then when you pop your Spirit Fang, their defenses should be down 48% through that ult and your Hurricane combo, allowing you to maximize the output of the damage. Now, this Dikima cannon is your 3rd item you want to pick up, and this allows you to maximize, capitalize every skill damage. So just the damage on your dash, you're going to nullify 40% plus your first attack. All of those attacks are going to nullify their defenses as you start to build up to, I don't know if there's a cap. I'm assuming the cap is 50%. So I don't think you can go further than the 40, or the 50. But I mean, with a couple swings of your sword plus nullifying their defense by 40%, I feel like this really maximizes the most amount of damage that you can do. Lastly, this is your situational item. This is going to give you have 25% cooldown with the Dikima cannon. It gives you physical power, nullifies their defense, cooldown, and it slows them. Every time you do a skill, it slows them by 30% for 2 seconds, which just happened in this current update. It used to be 15%, I think, maybe 20% for 1 second. So the 30% for 2 seconds definitely makes this a little bit stronger. And it was always being built a lot anyway, maybe not always, but it was a staple item on Zena before. And so it just made it that much better in this current state. So for your next item, this is your situational item. Are you getting stunned? Do they have a ton of skill damage? You can pick up an immunity booster, which puts a bubble around you, which it nullifies a skill attack, one skill attack. So a Murdoch missiles, a Murdoch knockback, a Narbash stun, a Decker stun. I mean, she can pop your bubble with her Plasma Dome, a Kalari ultimate, a Kalari slow, anyway, it one skill in the game. It also gives you pen, physical power, 300 health. It's an expensive item, but if there's a lot of CC and you find yourself getting CC'd, or there's somebody with a lot of damage using on, like, they have some type of skill that does extreme amounts of damage to you, you can always pick up this item. If you want sustain, you feel like you need that sustain emergency treatment, it's the most expensive item on the list. 55 physical power. It will allow you to have a little more attack speed and sustain. I don't really believe that you need it if you play Zena properly. You're not the front line, you're not trying to fight, you're trying to do a ton of damage to their squishies, like the Wrath that I blew up in that one fight. And so anyway, I wouldn't opt so often for emergency treatment. Ghost Axe I picked up against anti-heal, or for the anti-heal properties. If you're up against a Rampage, Mako, Narbash, Khaimera, I don't know who else heals. If someone's building a lot of healing, they got double heals. They got like a emergency treatment and a spirit axe, or what's it called, vamp sword. Or if they're building Archon Gospel, so maybe a Shinbi, and they have a Witch Veil file, or they're building Gospel and Mathematicians, wherever that is. Where'd it go? There it is, which grants 5% all vamp. So if they're pairing up the 10 magical vamp with 5%, and then they're stacking. So if you see people building these items, and there's, like I said, Rampage, his ultimate is a crazy heal. Narbash, you see him in your game. Khaimera definitely needs an anti-heal. His healing right now is really broken. Mako's healing is really broken. So if you see these three characters, maybe a Shinbi and a Rampage, you can build that Ghost Axe to counter them. That's a very situational item. And then Dual Moon, with the newly applied slow, I think this was an old item that was good. I don't necessarily believe that I would choose Dual Moon over, I would probably build Claude Storm over Dual Moon, because it doesn't give you cooldown. And this is kind of an escape, gives you a 5-second burst of energy, where when you pop it, you run 40% faster for 5 seconds. So if you're doing a jungle invade where you need to close that gap, say you're trying to get up on a Murdoch, you want to do a gank on a Murdoch, you can reset the cooldowns. You can come into that Murdoch, you can dash, and then he knocks you back, and then you can Sorry, let me move this to a skill that's more appropriate. I like this button better for it. But let's reset these cooldowns. So a Murdoch, so you come in, you dash in on that Murdoch, you hit him, and he knocks you back. Now you can run into him using that speed to close the gap, and he's not gonna be able to completely get away from you. And this is giving you a max amount of cooldowns. So I would probably only inner swap one of these two items. I probably wouldn't go for these guys. Ghost Axe being a little cheaper, and then my final build, I would probably go superior immunity booster or emergency rescue unit. I think this little survivability with 400 health is nice for the cheap gold with the power increase. If you just look at an auto attack, just one auto attack is 402. So if you sell this item and pick up your emergency or your superior booster here, an auto attack is 440. So is it a massive difference? I don't know. Let's see your one attack, 368. I'm just curious. I'm gonna write down some numbers. 368. Your knockup, 322. 322. Your dash at max, 815. And your ultimate, 409. Okay, and your auto was 440. Auto attack 440. And my health is 3,200, so it should be the same. It's just 100 less or 100 more. So this is 3,300. So we had 368, 338, 338. So 30 damage less. 295. 295. And it was 322. Our dash at max. Oh, I didn't see that number. Let me do it again. 749. So 749 instead of 815. And then our ultimate, 375. 375. And an auto attack is 402. So that's pretty significant damage increase for the item. I mean, overall, let's say you comboed everything in one, that's 10, 15, 24, 24. So 24, and then 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So let's say 54, 154. And then you're doing 3, 6, 14, 18, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, so 23. So 2,354 damage versus 8, 13, 22, 27, 29. And then it would have been 3, 9, so 12, 16, 23, 23. And then it would be 3, 5, what was it, 12, 15, 19. So that'd be a 9, a 5, 1. So between the two items, you're doing 2354 versus 2159. And so 200 extra damage over 4 skills and an auto. 300 or 200, I guess. 200, and it's what, 5 less? So 195 damage for, so basically an auto attack difference in damage for the price of 2450 versus 3000. So you're looking at 550 gold extra to get this item, but it comes with, well, they both come with a shield. One gives you 15% health and the other one gives you, so which one is more? One skill? What's the health? 30, let's say 3300. 3300. What's 15% of 1,000 is 150. So times that by 3 is 450. And then 15, 30, 45. So that's 495. Should give you about a 495 shield at 30% health on a 100-second cooldown, where this is a 40-second cooldown. That gives you a skill. It can block a skill. Are there people who are doing skill damage that's worth more than? So I would probably, in the future, instead of emergency rescue unit, I would probably pick up superior immunity booster just by looking at the map. I mean, the 495 15% health bonus versus a shield. One's on a 100-second timer, one's on a 40-second timer. So at the end of the day, this would be my full build. I think this would be a better build. And you're a complete full assassin, full damage, going in to the fights looking for the squishiest target, the mage or carry, and you want to get in, you want to blow them up, and then you want to get out. And so if I were to build again, play another game, that would be my complete Zena build. How to level her skills, what I would build on her, why I would build on her, and how to start the game with your dash, as well as why you would use each skill, and when, what her combo is. So anyway, man, I hope this Zena video helps you out a little bit. Give the build a try and let me know how it works out for you. Tell me if you're enjoying the build. Follow up and stay in touch. And if you want to see another character, if you want to I don't know, if you want some insight on how I play any other role or any other character, just leave a comment again, and I have no issues jumping into a game and sharing my knowledge of what I do and how I would play it. Again, best of luck with your games. Take care. Bye.